Hello everybody, hope you're all having a nice evening. It's kind of chilly out there and very windy. Also apologize to all my fans for taking so long to post something. Actually, it's been a while. Been incredibly busy, which is a good thing. But just wanted to fire off a quick video before I have to bring Nathan to karate. So first, oh, and by the way, I'm trying different things, trying standing, which I actually prefer. Have ordered an easel, so you get to see my crappy penmanship, and you get to see, and a tripod, so that hopefully standing up and raising it will give you a better angle and not be looking up at me all the time. Let's see. First, my name is Scott Mabor. I refer to myself as a Financial Sherpa, and there's really two reasons for this, and that's why I'm wearing a Sherpa hat. One, I like the metaphor, and I'll go into that in a little bit, but I love the metaphor of a Financial Sherpa. A Sherpa is about safety. My philosophy is about safety. I do not believe your financial nest egg, whether it's for college or retirement, should be in the market. Markets come with risk. Risk is bad. The other thing I like about it, it's a way to differentiate myself from all the other advisors who don't do what I do. And unlike most, my approach is rather unique when I work with my clients. My focus is to show people that they are losing money, in most cases unknowingly and unnecessarily, through the 5 greatest areas of wealth transfers. And that by working with me, I can show you how to eliminate those losses and redirect that money for your future without compromising your current lifestyle. The 5 areas I focus my attention on: mortgages, retirement, taxes, college, and major purchases such as a car, such as a wedding, such as a vacation. Those 5 areas of wealth transfers, if you can tweak those, if we can work together and tweak those, and you can save the money, you can then redirect that into a retirement plan or a plan for the future, be it college or retirement, that are safe, secure, pay a competitive rate of return, guaranteed to grow, and then in the long run you are far better off. So, I meant to actually have a mountain picture, so excuse me. But I don't have a pad of paper. So I'm going to draw a quick mountain on this piece of paper that I have in front of me. That is a mountain. Doesn't look like you can see it because I don't have a Sharpie. But never mind. Believe this is a mountain. There are 2 sides to every mountain. There is the upside, there is the downside. The upside is while you're working and saving for your future. That's the accumulation phase. And ultimately, the mountain, and hence the Sherpa metaphor, you want that mountain, that peak of that mountain, as high as possible. Your mountain may be here, others could be here, but ultimately we all have the same goal, making that mountain as high as possible. Upon retirement, you're going down the backside of the mountain, the downside. This is where most of us have failed to plan, because most financial planners focus on going up. How high can we make that peak? What rate of return can I get you in exchange for what risk? But ultimately, if you haven't planned for how you're going down the mountain, you could be in trouble. So, 2 things I want you to consider. If you were climbing up the mountain and 2 out of every 10 steps, 2 out of every 10 steps, you were to slide backwards. Don't know how much backwards, don't know how far back you're going to fall, but 2 out of every 10 steps you were to slip backwards. Would that sound like fun? That's exactly what the stock market does. On average, 2 out of every 10 years is a negative year. They could be together, they could be spaced, but ultimately, you don't know where those 2 years are going to be, and that's the problem, or how far back you'll slide, and that's the problem. If they occur right before you retire, you may never recover from that descent. You don't have time to make it up. On the downside of the mountain, after retirement, there are 3 main areas you have to concern yourself with. First of all, many of us have a huge liability to our own federal government, or IRS, in the form of a tax lien. Your retirement funds, if they're in a deferred account, such as a 401k, an IRA, any of the other tax-deferred accounts, you owe a huge liability to the federal government, and you don't know what that liability is. They get to decide how much you owe them when you go and take your money out. That is a huge liability, and I laugh when people say they want to retire debt-free, and they have no idea the debt they owe the federal government, and there's no way to know how much you owe. You also have market risk. If your money is still in the market when you retire, you're deducting annually from your 401k, for instance, you have market risk. So not only are you deducting, if the market takes one of those 2-year downturns, you've got a double negative that year, and that is something you will not recover from. You also have longevity risk. It's very hard to plan for a retirement, and you have no idea how many years your retirement's going to be. Yesterday I was at a Social Security workshop. The guy mentioned that a friend of his who works at, I believe, Sloan Kettering, predicts that we will have a cure for cancer in the next 7 years. That's fantastic. That's something to celebrate. That will raise the life expectancy in this country by as much as 20 years. Do you have the financial resources to have your money last an additional 20 years? That is a huge question, and those 20 years may not be healthy years. Just because you don't have something that will kill you doesn't mean you don't have something that requires either some or a lot of medical care, such as Alzheimer's, where you could need constant supervision in last decades. That's enough today. Some of this stuff is kind of difficult to think about, but get in touch. We can talk about how I help clients to avoid going backwards as they climb up the mountain and eliminate some of those risks on the way down. With that information and 10 minutes of your time, and I'll buy the coffee, I can help you answer the 4 most important questions we all have regarding our future financial lives. What rate of return do you need to earn on your savings to be able to retire at your current lifestyle adjusted for inflation? 2, how much do you need to be saving on a monthly or annualized basis to be able to retire and have your money last throughout your life expectancy? 3, at what age are you going to be able to retire and make sure you have enough money to last, especially if you're going to last another 20 years? You're probably going to be working much further out. And finally, if you do nothing other than what you're currently doing, what percentage or by what dollar amount can you anticipate reducing your standard of living by? I frequently ask my clients, because they say, well, I'll be in a lower tax bracket, I don't need as much money. If Friday was your last day, your going away party, your retirement party was Friday, you got the gold watch, what time do you, on Monday, how much less money do you need? You just retired. What don't you need? What are you cutting out? And that's something you need to give some thought to, because for most people, they're imagining a retirement of travel and golf and visiting grandchildren and so on and so forth, all the things we didn't have time for. So what money are you cutting out? In most people's cases, the years immediately after retirement are big spending years. Then there's kind of a decline, and then there's the illness years. So you have a dip, but right after retirement, most people don't want to see a lifestyle decline. They want to continue going and, as a matter of fact, improve upon it. I can help you do that by eliminating the risks. Scott Mabor, Financial Sherpa. Get in touch. 10 minutes. I'll give you those 4 answers, and you do with them what you will. Scott Mabor, give me a call. Thank you.